In Abraham Verghese's novel, Cutting for Stone, many of the main characters have complex backstories that shape their actions throughout the novel. However, it does not always have to be a main character who ends up as the most instrumental character within the story. Sister Mary Joseph Price, even though she is only alive at the beginning of the novel, still has a large and significant impact on the story. By giving birth to Mariana Shiva, Sister Mary Joseph is the origin of the dramatic questions raised about the odd turn of events that begin the novel. Why was Thomas Stone not aware of her pregnancy? Why did Verghese not only have Stone abandon their twins, but also have their mother die? How does this impact the twins? Each of these questions raise significance pertaining to her character and effect on the story. Being a nun, Sister Mary is automatically identified with a sense of caring, innocence, and purity. This is apparent right off the bat in her attempt to save the lives of Sister Angeli, Thomas Stone, and the other passengers on board the Calendar. Throughout the time on board the ship and the time she arrives and stays in Addis Ababa, there are glimpses of her attraction towards Stone, although her main focus is her service to him and their patients. This can also be seen with how Stone and herself work so well together as if they were one person combined. As her character becomes more developed, her caring and affection for Thomas Stone becomes more apparent. These feelings turn into actions as we learn that Sister Mary, a nun, is pregnant and giving birth to twins. Although the reader is unprepared for the following mournful death, it appears to be intentional by Verghese. Sister Mary was a nun. She committed herself to vows of poverty, obedience, and celibacy. She broke these vows in her relationship to God, and therefore it seems that she was punished with an excruciatingly painful childbirth and following death. Despite the fact that she passes away early on in the novel, Sister Mary carries on as a memory to her sons. More specifically, is the memory Marion fondly has of her white cardigan sitting on the chair, in the area where she would sit and where the picture of St. Teresa hangs near the Sacred Operating Theater 3, the very same room where his mother stood, assisting in surgery beside his father, and where she died many years before. In his perspective, it is as if St. Teresa is his mother there in the operating theater. Unaffected by the fact that his mom was a nun who disregarded her vows of celibacy, Marion deeply misses her and visualizes her as a holy saint of God. From the beginning of the novel to her tragic death, Sister Mary goes through her own personal development from a shy young girl to a woman in love. When she ventures off at 19 to serve in Africa, she has an idea that all is well in the light of Christ. Yet, her perspective changes as she learns that God will not answer all of her prayers. This is present on board the ship as she loses the one and only person she knew at the time, Sister Angeli, even though she was a fellow woman of God who had done nothing wrong. Following, she was put more into reality in the little information we have of her time spent in Aden, for it was there that she understood that her God was also a vengeful and harsh God, and could be so even to his faithful. Once she arrived at Missing, Sister Mary became a part of the Missing family. This was an important step because she needed a place to call home with people she could feel love, and not shame. Later, she fully developed into her womanhood as she gives birth, finally creating a family of her own that was ignited by her everlasting love for Thomas Stone. Sister Mary signifies the origin of the novel, since it is her relationship, love, and children who carry on the dramatic legacy of medicine and surgery phenomenon.